The people here really care. They treat you like you're part of their family, like you're all family here. I'm a lot happier now. Like I'm doing something that means something to someone. I have a lot of support here.
If it wasn't for Youth Haven, I would be in a very dark place right now. It made me help like recover faster, recoup faster. Everybody here always made me feel better. I had a smile on my face every day.
Since 1972, Youth Haven has met the growing needs of our community to provide services and programming for Southwest Florida's abused, abandoned, and homeless children and teens between the ages of 6 through 18. With 73 beds across 4 cottages, our 25-acre campus is an environment that instills hope and creates a safe place to help children begin to heal.
We create a warm, loving, caring environment, a home for our homeless teens and children. We replace despair with hope. And for our children and teens that have suffered severe trauma, we provide the opportunity for them to heal so that they can move on for a future in their life that's better and brighter.
So Youth Haven really has 3 tracks here. We have our emergency shelters, which are cottages that are designated for children in the child welfare system. We have our homeless teen and transitional living cottage, which is our voluntary program for teens that are homeless in the community. And then we have our counseling program. We are that last placement for the child. By the time they get to us, there is no other place for them. So it's really important that Youth Haven is in the community for these children.
Well, we try to make it as normal as possible for the kids here. So we do basically everything a parent would do with their own child. We cook for the kids whenever we have to. If the chef is not available, we clean up, we do chores. We take them outside and go play. We take them on community events.
A lot of them don't have that structure, so when you're providing this structure, it's like that, let me push you away because I don't know what this feels like and this feels kind of weird. So when you're providing that love and that care and you just continue to provide that love and care, then you see that light in their face, like this person's not giving up on me.
A few years ago, we learned, much to our shock, that there were homeless teenagers in Naples. And when Jinx told us that, we really said, we've got to do something about it.
The youth that we serve here at Rob's Cottage, the homeless youth, just because the Department of Children and Family didn't get involved, that doesn't mean that they were not being abused, neglected, or abandoned. Rob's Cottage is pretty much like a home. We try to keep it looking and feeling like a home. We wanted to make sure that they feel that this is their home. We have the overnight staff, wakes them up in the morning, they get on the bus, they go to their schools. When they come home, they have snacks waiting for them. If there's a need for homework or a tutor, we have tutors available.
At Rob's house, I think one of the most important things that we teach the kids how to develop those life skills that they may not have had before they came here. Learn how to cook, learn how to take care of themselves, and learn how to manage money. And those are the biggest things that I see are barriers for our kids of being successful is learning those specific life skills. I want the kids prepared for life once they leave these doors. And you do that by working with them, sitting with them and showing them things and teaching them things rather than doing it for them.
The older kids that we have, as they're transitioning out, they need to know how to take care of themselves. They need to know how to cook, or if they have a job and they don't really have much in the way of food, what they can use to make simple meals for themselves. So that's what I base the culinary life skills on. I also do something called First Fridays, which is I put together a big meal and we do it family style outside on the lanai. All the cottages get to come together and have dinner.
I think one of the great things about Youth Haven is that we are a trauma-informed campus. So all of the youth that arrive here are given the opportunity to participate in counseling. They do a lot of play therapy because play is really the natural language of kids. Being able to just build rapport and smile and become more vulnerable and engage in dialogue and process feelings, I think that right there is a major success.
So Youth Haven currently has 2 animal-assisted therapy dogs on campus, both of which have very different personalities. Some of the kids want to just sit with Houston, who's much calmer. Other kids want to run around outside playing basketball or football with Champ and get their energy out.
As part of our growing need that we continue to see at Youth Haven, we implemented a activities coordinator a couple years ago, and she has been a great piece to help our kids have a whole variety of different activities that our kids do off campus and on campus. We look at ways to partner up with community partners that will give us opportunities to go places that our kids have never been to.
The Partners in Shine is a yoga service organization that serves the children at Youth Haven. A lot of the children have shared that it's their favorite activity, that it brings them peace. The rest that they had at the end of, we call Shavasana, is the best sleep they've had in 3 months, or it's the most peaceful they've felt in their whole lives. So when we hear things like that, we know that we're making an impact.
Kids connect with art on an individual level here. They're encouraged to explore the art room in materials, processes, through art, through imagery, through color, through line and texture, and even sometimes music. Kids open up, kids learn to say how they feel, and their artwork is a great representation of how kids communicate who they are as individuals in this art room.
One of the aspects that I have such a profound respect for with Youth Haven is that it goes above and beyond. They are continuously being flexible in their thought and creative in their approaches to meet the evolving needs of the children and the teens that come through.
For an elevator speech, I would use 3 words: home, hope, and healing. We give a child a home, albeit temporarily, and then we give them hope to have a productive, normal life and heal them and help them to become who they want to be.
These are very distressed children. They have been through horrible things. And you drive through the gate, and the beauty and the peacefulness and the serenity of this has to uplift them. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place, and I love that about Youth Haven.
They have brought kids in here to Youth Haven that are able to develop, and we've seen kids come here that have not had sufficient education. They go back to schools, they end up going to colleges, they go into the military, they come back, and we have saved, I think, a number of teenage kids that had no other place to go.
To me, Youth Haven is exactly what it says. It's a haven for abused and neglected children. Children that have not known stability find it at Youth Haven.
The payback has absolutely been phenomenal. And I tell my friends, because some of my friends tend to be a little bit reticent to get involved, and I say, just try it a little bit. You might find out you'll like it. And Patty and I both can say the best things that ever happened is these involvements we've done in charitable affairs, and particularly with young people.
In Collier County, our deputies encounter young people in need each and every day. Without Youth Haven, we wouldn't have an emergency or residential shelter. We wouldn't have a teen homeless transitional program. We wouldn't have specialty programs that help our young people become successful adults. That's why we're supportive of Youth Haven.
As a donor, you enrich our children's lives through various means, whether it's providing funding to make sure that every child on campus gets a birthday cake on their birthday and celebrates on that day, or whether it's providing medical services, funding for our children. As a donor, you have many opportunities to enrich our children's lives. And what you're doing is you're really telling them that they're important and that they matter.
We are the lifeline to the children and teens in our community. Now more than ever, we are seeing children and teens that are marginalized, that we are the last hope for many in our community. Sadly, until our community solves the problem of children being neglected and abused, Youth Haven will be an integral part of our community and needs to continue to expand to meet the growing needs of our community.
The need in Collier County continues to grow, and we need your help. Help us strengthen our community through giving our children a home for healing and hope for their future, one valuable life at a time. In the words of one of our donors, it's the best investment we've ever made.